So today we're talking to Professor Muhammad Yunus. He's a Nobel Peace Prize winner. He's known for founding the microfinance model. This is lending to the poor. And he's the founder of Grameen Bank in Bangladesh, which was started in 1980s. Welcome to Nairobi, Kenya, Professor.
I'm delighted to be here.
So to start with, tell us why you're in Nairobi, why you're in Kenya?
Well, it's a wonderful country. I thought I'll visit. No, this time specifically because there's some initiative here to create Yunus Social Business Kenya. This is an organization that was created some 9 years back, and now it has presence in several countries. The company is known as Yunus Social Business, headquartered in Berlin, in Germany. But they try to work social businesses in several countries. Now in Brazil, in Colombia, in India, in Tunisia, in Uganda, and gradually it's moved into Kenya also. So the Kenya wanted separate unit as a Yunus Social Business Kenya. So today will be the launching of Yunus Social Business Kenya. The idea is to help people who want to solve problems around us, social problems, economic problems of the people, in a social business way, meaning that we do the business not to make money for ourselves. We don't take any dividend whatsoever, but it's all devoted in solving problems. Problems of education, problems of healthcare, problems of environment, problems of waste management, and such other things.
And how is this different from social enterprise? Just explain more the difference between social business and social enterprise.
Social enterprise is a broad concept. It includes many things. It includes companies who want to have some social impact as well as they want to make personal money out of it. They want dividend out of it. It's a mixture of social and profit. That's a social enterprise. But social enterprise can be another form, also no profit and 100% social. That's also possible. But it's a wide thing. When we say social business, you mean only that part, which doesn't take any profit whatsoever. It's all dedicated to solving problems. So in a broader sense, social business is a form of social enterprise, but social enterprise can also be money making. So there we depart.
Traditional banking will consider this segment of people, segment of clients as very risky. They don't have collateral, they don't have security. But what is their case? What's the business model that Grameen has adopted?
I'm glad you raised that question, because we created microcredit and Grameen Bank as a social business, not to make money for ourselves, to help the people overcome their problems of poverty, joblessness, and so on. So we are not looking for money in that. We're looking for a way it's sustainable. It covers its cost. So as long as it covers its cost, we are fine with it, because we will not have to inject charity money into it. It's self-financed and it can grow by itself. So that's what Grameen Bank is. That's why all the microcredit that we think about. But there are some microcredit who wants to make money for the owners. And some of them do it in a very ugly way. They want to make more money for themselves. Then they're more interested in making money out of the poor people. So we said these are wrong microcredit. These are not actually microcredit that we created. They have departed from our mission. Our mission is to help poor people overcome poverty in the most efficient way. The interest rate should be as low as possible, just to cover the cost, not for profit for somebody else.
Would you kindly be more specific on how you set your interest rate, especially for this kind of model that you are explaining?
Yes, the way I have been describing it for basic understanding, I said whatever is the cost of fund, you can add at the best 10% more. Cost of fund plus 10%. If you are within that range, you are a good microcredit program. If your cost of fund over 15% and above, then you are absolutely wrong microcredit. You are doing it to make money for yourself. You are not interested in helping poor people overcome poverty.
That's very interesting. Probably most people will think that the repayments rate is quite low. What, from your experience over now almost 40 years in this business, doing lending to the poor. What kind of repayment rates have you seen over the last 4 decades?
This what Grameen Bank became known for, and anybody who copied Grameen Bank system, that they are known for very high rate of return, high rate of repayment, so that it's 99%, even better than the conventional banks. That's all I can say. And we run microcredit program in the United States. We are now doing it after 10 years. We have over 100,000 borrowers in the United States. All of them are women. Startup loan will be something like $1,500. We have lent out over $1 billion now. And repayment rate for all of the 20 branches that we run all over the United States, absolutely near 100%.
How effective has this model been? What are some of the success stories that you have seen?
Grameen Bank has been working for the last 41 years in Bangladesh. Right now we have over 9 million borrowers. Almost all of them are women. When they began, they were destitute women. But now they changed their life, they have house, they have children to school, and so on and so forth. We lend out over $3 billion a year. And come back, this money comes back nearly 100%, and bank makes profit. Profit goes back to the borrowers because nobody else can take the profit out of the system. So this is how we've been working. And one of the basic things, just to illustrate your point, one of the basic things we started 41 years back when we began in one village, savings. Each borrower has to have some savings. They are so poor, they said, where will it come to make the money? We said, try to save even a penny. Doesn't matter. It's not the size of the money. The fact that you save, that's important. So every borrower starts with a savings account. Whatever little, but every week they must save. No week should go without saving. At the time, it looked like a silly thing that even after many, many weeks, you can't even come up with $1 or something like that. But it's a big power. Over time now, 41 years, with 9 million borrowers, we gave out over $3 billion in loan this last year. The savings that we have in the entire system from all the borrowers is more than $3 billion. So they started out with nothing. Now they own $3 billion of their own. Forget about the loan that they take. So we tell the bank officials of Grameen Bank, I said, you don't refer to them as borrowers because they have more money in your bank than you have actually lent them. So you are the borrower. They are the lenders to you. So the whole position has changed. So it makes a tremendous change. When a woman knows that she has a bank account and she has a substantial amount of money, she feels tall. She doesn't have to use it. The fact that it is there makes them stand tall, very dignified. They know that her life is in her control.
You are very clear in your mind on how this model works, and you have a big vision, a big plan on how to move, millions or thousands out of poverty. Tell us how this model fits in with that kind of vision.
I've been saying for many years, this is an issue that I keep raising. I said, look, financial services is like an economic oxygen. If you don't have oxygen, we cannot breathe. We collapse. We cannot function. So billions of people in the planet economically cannot function because that economic oxygen is not to them. So they are non-functional. So we call them poor people. The moment you put the oxygen, economic oxygen into that, connect them with the economic oxygen, suddenly they become alive. They're active, creative. They're doing on their own. They're not waiting for anybody else. So that is the importance. We create a system where all this, half the population of the world is just forgotten from the system. All the system is built to make rich people richer and richer. As a result, we create a system where all the wealth is concentrated in few hands. Couple of 100 people own almost 99% of the wealth of the entire world. So this is the kind of way. This is not a system. If 99.9% of the population has only 1% of the wealth, and a small fraction of people have all the wealth of the world, you call it a system? It's a mockery. And we go along with it. So we are raising this question. Can we change it? Should the wealth belong to the people? Why should system push this wealth all the way to the top? Why doesn't it do the other way? Bring the wealth from the top and distribute around the people, and it can be done. Simply we have to pay the attention. We have to change the financial system so that it works with the poor people. They have the economic oxygen attached to it, and also other things like creating social businesses to solve problems. That's what we've been talking. That's why we are involved in the social business Kenya, so that they can create many social businesses. Not because some charitable people want to do that. Every single human being wants to do that. Every single business in Kenya wants to do that. Simply that part was not available to them. So today we are bringing that, and we see all the business people that I'm meeting in Kenya, in Nairobi, very interested. So you cannot blame them as individuals. Simply theory never gave them a space. So we are providing that space.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. That's very enlightening.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll get now the details of the Kenyan